So, you're not happy with the number of sales that you're making in your business. Today, I want to talk about a couple of reasons as to why that may be the case. As well, I want to talk about a couple of solutions to that problem that you might be facing. Because as a businessman myself, obviously I've had my fair share of sales calls at this stage. I know a couple of tricks, and I'd like to obviously share them with you today. If you can take any value from that and see an increase in the number of sales that you're seeing in your business, then happy days. My job is done as far as I'm concerned. But with that being said, I look forward to sharing these with you. So let's jump into it. More often than not, the biggest problem that people face whenever it comes to sales, especially for high ticket service based businesses, which obviously if you're watching this video, then I'm going to go ahead and assume that you are. I work with mortgage brokers in the UK, high ticket service based. And a big problem that people are going to face is that they'll have a call with somebody, they can generate leads and get those leads onto a call. But whenever they speak with the person, they get to the end and the person is, I kind of need to think about it. Emmett, can you just like send me over an email with everything that we've just talked about? Or they'll get to the end and they'll say, oh yeah, okay, cool, sounds good. Yeah, I'll be in touch. Or you think, oh, okay, cool. Well, thanks for your time. I'll give you a call later in the week and we can have another conversation. Or something like that. Some form of lackluster commitment saying, hey, send me more information. I'll be in touch, wherever it may be. And you already know that that's not going to convert into a sale. You probably know yourself whenever you're facing calls with each prospect, you're thinking to yourself, I know that this isn't going to go anywhere. Why is that? So I said I was going to discuss why it is maybe. People don't like change, especially whenever it comes to big changes that cost a lot of money. So mortgages, big change, especially if there's somebody buying a house. You're talking about like a purchase worth multiple hundreds of thousands, if not millions of pounds. Big change. People don't want to take action on things that make massive changes in their life. And this doesn't mean that it isn't in their best interests to do so. So you, as obviously somebody, an authority figure that is helping them, guide them to make the best decision for them. And sometimes this means disqualifying leads. The main premise of today's video is going to be getting a definitive answer from people, by the way. But if that definitive answer is a no, or I don't want to do it, cool, that's fine. You need to be able to respect your time and your effort. And people will only respect your time and your effort as much as you respect your time and your effort. So if you have it in yourself to, send over that email, send over 10 follow-ups, never hear back from them and spend, days after days upon weeks wondering if that person's ever going to get back to you, there's not an awful lot of respect for your time or your effort. So respect that and people will show it back. But the point behind that is get definitive answers from people. So let's say you're on a call with somebody and someone says, hey, yeah, cool, can you send me over some information? Or, okay, cool, I want to get back to you. We'll take it one at a time. Somebody says, okay, cool, can you send me some information over? I just need to take some time to think. I'm not 100% sure. And I can get back to you then just whenever I'm ready. What you'll want to say to them is, okay, cool, yeah, I'm absolutely fine to send over an email. John, let's just say it's John. But here's the thing as well. I also want to make sure that, I'm making the best decision for yourself and helping you to the best solution. And we've discussed this today. Obviously, you said that you like X, Y, Z because you don't want to face A, B, C anymore. And X, Y, Z could be a perfect solution to that. And in my eyes, obviously, it's going to be the best option for you. It's not going to be here forever. You know what I mean? And I don't want us just to sit on it and then miss out on the opportunity. But if you were 100% on board, but I'd be right in saying it would be something you want to get started today. And you say, yeah. Say, okay, cool. So is there something at this stage that is actually holding you back from making a decision on this? Because I don't want to be chasing you forever if it's not what's right for you. At which point they'll probably say whatever it is that it may be. If they say that they really want to think about it, then respect your time. At that stage, you can just say, okay, listen, well, if it's not a case of something that you're 100% certain on, I don't want to push you on something if it's not right for you. So appreciate your time. And I look forward to hearing from you at some point. I wish you all the best. At which point you can disqualify the lead. Now, when it comes to systemization, you can start to follow up with that person automatically. Go high level 14-day free trial, link in the subscription or link in the description, which will allow you to systemize that and automatically follow up with people. But you don't want to be manually dedicating time and thought energy to that person. They're not willing to respect your time if it's the case that they're going to come on and speak with you and take those your time and effort and expertise and then not go ahead. They're just using you. You're more of a commodity than a necessity. So you don't need to go ahead and chase that person. Don't worry about it. But if someone does say that they want you to send over an email or maybe and you hit them with that, then that's two ways that you can go about it. You can just say to the person, is it actually something that you want to go ahead and do? They'll tell you yes, at which point you say, okay, cool, let's do it. Or they'll tell you no, at which point you can just disqualify that person, kick them out of the pipeline. Now, the other option here was whenever a lead says, oh, okay, cool, well, let's, let me give you a ring later on in the week. So let's say it's Monday. Like, I'll give you a ring on Thursday, Friday, whatever, maybe, and I'll let you know what I'm thinking. Now, here's the thing. Let's assume this is on the basis that you know that this person is genuine. You know that they're actually serious about doing something, but they need to get something in order. So mortgage brokers watching this, you'll know the pain of having to chase somebody for documents, pay slips, whatever it may be. Absolute nightmare. What you don't want is to say to the person, okay, cool, let's do this, like on the call, great energy. You know that they're really excited about it. You say, okay, cool, can you send me over this, this, and this, and then I can get started with your application. And they'll be like, yeah, cool, I'll send it over. we all know how this is going to go, right? You never get the documents. Unless it's like a really, really shit hot lead, like a referral from your best mate. But let's say this is a lead that you generate from Facebook, for example, or came in through your website. It's not necessarily going to be someone that's shit hot, as I say. And they might seem really excited on the call and seem really keen to send over the documents. And then what you find is that you don't hear from them by the Friday that they promised. You ring them on Monday, you don't hear from them, send them a text, they get back to you on Wednesday, oh yeah, I'm just getting them over. And then it takes another week, and before you know it, what should have been done in like 3 days ends up taking 3 weeks. And that's if they even get it over in the first place. So how do you counteract this? Very simple rule. Never leave a call without booking another call. You need to try and progress that sale in some way, shape, or form. Now, you're going to get your time wasters, like we had in example one, where about to say, oh yeah, send me an email. But if it's the case that the person genuinely does need to take some time to go and do something after that call, book in another call. I cannot stress this enough. Book in another call. It's disrespectful of you to just assume that, you can just contact this person at any time, whatever it may be. So let's say the way that you currently operate is you'll have one call with somebody and then you just ring them 3 days later to take 20 minutes of their day to run them through an update in their case. It's disrespectful for that person. You're not respecting their time. They're not going to respect your time as a result. And you're going to end up getting these fucking shit leads coming onto all of your calls and coming through your pipeline and treating you in the same way because this is how you're treating your clients. It's a mirror principle, all right? Life is just like a big mirror and it'll reflect your internal state back to you. So don't do that. Book in calls with people. Let's say someone needs to get their documents. Say, okay, cool. So what we can do, because as I'm sure you already know, lenders, their rate changes, things like that. I don't want you to miss out on this opportunity if it is genuinely something that's right for you. So what I can do, if we want to have a call tomorrow evening, let's call it 6 p.m., we can actually come back on and go through those documents together, at which point we can look at getting an application in. So straight away, you've cut 3 weeks down to 12 hours. Well, you're not going to be having the call at 6 in the morning, but you get what I'm trying to say. Call it 24 hours. It's 1 day out. You cut out all of that inefficiency. You're respecting your time and you're putting yourself in the position of authority whereby your time is scarce. They can't just come onto your calendar whenever it is that they want. They can't just say, oh, I'll get back to you. It's I only have some time tomorrow. And if we're going to do this, we're going to do this. If we're going to do it with me, you're going to come onto that call with me at that time because that's when I'm free. And it also takes away the fact of you disrespecting their time whereby you just call them at any random point. And here's the thing as well. You're going to get people who don't show up or whatever. You're going to have problems with that. But whenever it is a genuine lead, this is where things like follow-up come in, so on and so forth. I'm not saying this is going to be 100% perfect all the time, but it is the best that you can do. And certainly better than just saying, oh, okay, cool, I'll get back to you. So pencil in a call straight after another call. Do not leave a call without further progressing that call. Even if they've already agreed to work with you, I would still strongly recommend booking in some form of onboarding call or some form of short phone call or something like that, just to get a confirmed update from them, wherever it may be, and whatever applies to you and your business and the way that you do things. But don't just leave a call and say, okay, cool, send me those over in an email, or, oh, I'll email you this over, but I'm actually a little busy this week. So Tuesday today, I'm busy all day tomorrow. Wednesday's kind of chaotic. So I can maybe send it over closer to the end of the week with what I need from you. They'll have forgotten about you by that time, mate. You may say goodbye. They could have entered somebody else's pipeline the day after. had an initial call with them on that same day, booked in an advancement call the day after, got all the documents, and had their application submitted in like 2 days. And that's before you even got the email off to them. They might think, oh, but that's never going to happen. Yeah, but you could be that business that swoops up everybody during that phase where all the other businesses are slacking. And all that this comes down to is having a proper system and a framework in place to do so. But also understanding that, people just don't do this. And if you stay on top of it and capitalize on it, then you'll have one of the best sales systems in the game. But if you are looking for my exact sales system, and this isn't going to be me trying to sell you something, by the way, this is free. There's a link in the description it's a 14-day free trial to Go High Level, which is a CRM that I'm using with all of my clients, and a snapshot of the pipeline too, the sales pipeline, with all the automations, all the follow-ups, all the reminders for the calls, things like that. And we'll get, 3/4 of our leads on the calls, 70 to 80% show up rate on that as well, as regularly closing, deals every single week. So, use it for free. And if you think it's good and you want my full service, then yes, now is where I sell to you. Click on the first link where you can work with me directly. But obviously you can get that taster for free first. But if you're lazy and you don't even want to do it for free, then yeah, go ahead, click on the first link. But it's me trying to sell something to you, so don't if you don't want to. But I hope that this helps. I hope that you have found some value from this, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video as well. All the best.